To submit a proposal to reject certain changes to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, you will need to follow a specific process. Firstly, carefully review the proposal you wish to reject. Understand the proposed change in its entirety and identify the specific reasons why you believe it should be rejected. Look for potential negative impacts on clarity, safety, or practicality. Secondly, craft a clear and concise proposal. Your proposal must identify the specific section of the NEC and the exact proposed change you are rejecting. Clearly state your reasons for rejection and support your arguments with technical evidence, code analysis, or practical examples. If possible, offer an alternative proposal that addresses the issue more effectively. Thirdly, submit your proposal to the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. This can be done online by visiting the NFPA website, which is www.nfpa.org, and navigating to the public comments section. Follow the instructions provided on the website to submit your proposal electronically. Alternatively, you can send your proposal in writing to the NFPA at 1 Buttermilk Park, Quincy, Massachusetts 2169. When commenting on a small fragment of a large proposal, the process is similar but requires greater precision. Firstly, identify the specific section of the NEC and the exact wording of the proposed change that you are addressing. This ensures that your comments are clearly linked to the relevant part of the proposal. Secondly, state your position clearly. Indicate that you are rejecting the proposed change and be unambiguous in your stance. Thirdly, provide detailed reasoning for your rejection. Focus specifically on the aspect of the proposed change that you object to. Explain why it is problematic, citing potential consequences or alternative interpretations. Fourthly, submit your comment as part of the overall proposal. Ensure that your specific comments are included within the larger context of your proposal, referencing the specific section and proposed change you are addressing. As an example, let's say you want to reject proposal number 5-77, which suggests changing the wording in section 250.148 of the NEC from spliced or joined to connected. Your rejection proposal might look like this. You state that you recommend rejecting the proposed change in section 250.148. Then you would provide your reasoning, explaining that the term spliced or joined provides greater clarity and precision in this context. You might argue that the term connected is more ambiguous and could lead to confusion in determining acceptable methods of bonding for electrical systems. By following these steps, you can effectively submit proposals to reject changes to the NEC and contribute to maintaining the clarity and safety of electrical installations. The NEC is a comprehensive document that outlines the standards for safe electrical installations. It is updated regularly to reflect new technologies, best practices, and emerging safety concerns. The NEC is organized into articles, chapters, and sections, each addressing specific aspects of electrical systems. Understanding the structure and content of the NEC is essential for electrical professionals and anyone involved in electrical work. Article 250 of the NEC specifically covers grounding and bonding. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical systems and equipment to the earth, providing a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Bonding is the process of connecting different metallic parts of an electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current. Proper grounding and bonding are critical for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the safe operation of electrical systems. Section 250.148 addresses the requirements for splicing or joining equipment grounding conductors, or EGs. EGC are the conductors that provide a path for fault current from electrical equipment back to the source. They are typically made of copper or aluminum and are sized according to the requirements of the NEC. When EGC are spliced or joined, it is important to ensure that the connection is mechanically secure and electrically conductive. The NEC specifies the methods that are acceptable for splicing or joining EGC, such as using listed connectors or making a proper solder connection. The proposed change to replace spliced or joined with connected raises concerns because the term connected is more general and could be interpreted in different ways. A connection could be made using a variety of methods, some of which may not be suitable for EGC. For example, simply wrapping the ends of two EGC together without using a connector would be considered a connection, but it would not be a reliable or safe method of splicing or joining them. The ambiguity of the term connected could lead to confusion and potentially unsafe installations. Therefore, it is important to maintain the more specific and precise wording of spliced or joined in section 250.148 to ensure that EGC are properly connected and that electrical systems are safe. When submitting a proposal to reject a change to the NEC, it is important to provide as much supporting information as possible. This could include technical data, research findings, or examples of real-world situations where the proposed change could lead to problems. It is also helpful to consult with other electrical professionals and gather their opinions on the proposed change. The more evidence and support you can provide, the more likely it is that your proposal will be taken seriously and considered by the NEC committee. The NEC committee is responsible for reviewing and approving changes to the NEC. It is composed of experts in the electrical industry, including engineers, contractors, inspectors, and manufacturers. The NEC committee meets regularly to discuss proposed changes and vote on whether to incorporate them into the NEC. The process of changing the NEC is complex and rigorous, but it is essential for ensuring that the code remains up to date and reflects the latest advances in electrical technology and safety practices. By actively participating in the NEC process, electrical professionals can help to shape the future of the code and ensure that electrical installations are safe and reliable. Remember that the NEC is not just a set of rules to be followed, but a comprehensive guide to safe electrical practices. By understanding the principles behind the NEC and actively participating in its development, electrical professionals can contribute to creating a safer and more reliable electrical environment for everyone. The National Electrical Code is a living document constantly evolving to address new technologies, safety concerns, and best practices. The process of proposing changes to the NEC is open to anyone, from seasoned electrical engineers to apprentices just starting their careers. This open process ensures that the NEC remains relevant and responsive to the needs of the electrical industry. When reviewing a proposed change, it's crucial to consider the potential impact on various aspects of electrical work. Will the change improve safety? Will it simplify installations? Will it reduce costs? Will it create new challenges or ambiguities? A thorough analysis of the potential consequences is essential for making informed decisions about proposed changes. The NEC relies heavily on definitions to ensure clarity and consistency in its application. Terms like grounded, bonded, qualified person, and equipment grounding conductor have specific meanings within the context of the NEC. Understanding these definitions is crucial for interpreting and applying the code correctly. When proposing a change that involves terminology, it's important to consider how the change will affect the existing definitions. Will the change require new definitions? Will it create conflicts with existing definitions? Careful attention to terminology is essential for maintaining the clarity and accuracy of the NEC. The NEC also incorporates numerous tables and calculations to guide electrical installations. Tables provide information on conductor ampacity, conduit fill, equipment grounding, conductor sizing, and other critical parameters. Calculations are used to determine voltage drop, short circuit current, and other important electrical characteristics. When proposing a change that affects tables or calculations, it's important to provide supporting data and analysis to justify the change. The NEC is not intended to be a design manual, but it does provide guidance on many aspects of electrical system design. The NEC specifies requirements for overcurrent protection, wiring methods, grounding and bonding, and other critical design considerations. When proposing a change that affects design practices, it's important to consider the potential impact on the overall performance and reliability of electrical systems. The NEC is enforced by local authorities, such as building inspectors and electrical inspectors. These inspectors are responsible for ensuring that electrical installations comply with the requirements of the NEC. When proposing a change, it's important to consider how the change will affect enforcement practices. Will the change be easy to inspect? Will it create new challenges for inspectors? A practical and enforceable change is more likely to be adopted. The NEC is also used as a basis for electrical licensing exams. Electricians and other electrical professionals are required to demonstrate a knowledge of NEC to obtain and maintain their licenses. When proposing a change, it's important to consider how the change will affect licensing requirements. Will the change require additional training or education? Will it make it more difficult for qualified individuals to obtain licenses? A change that supports the competency of electrical professionals is more likely to be supported. The NEC is a consensus standard, meaning that it is developed through a process that involves input from a wide range of stakeholders. This consensus process ensures that the NEC reflects the collective knowledge and experience of the electrical industry. When proposing a change, it's important to engage with other stakeholders and seek their feedback. Building consensus around a proposed change increases its chances of being adopted. The NEC is a valuable resource for electrical professionals, providing guidance on safe and reliable electrical installations. By understanding the NEC and actively participating in its development, you can contribute to creating a safer and more efficient electrical environment for everyone. Keep in mind that the NEC is a minimum standard. Following the NEC will help ensure safety, but it doesn't guarantee it. Electrical professionals should always exercise good judgment and use their knowledge and experience to go above and beyond the NEC when necessary. The NEC is a tool, and like any tool, it must be used properly to be effective. Understanding the principles behind the NEC and applying them with care and diligence is essential for safe and successful electrical work. The NEC is not just a set of rules, it's a framework for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. By embracing the NEC and actively participating in its development, electrical professionals can make a positive impact on the electrical industry and the communities they serve. The specific example of Proposal 5-77 highlights the importance of clarity and precision in the NEC. The terms spliced or joined have a specific meaning in the context of electrical connections, while the term connected is more general and ambiguous. Replacing spliced or joined with connected could create confusion and potentially lead to unsafe installations. This example underscores the need to carefully consider the potential consequences of any proposed change to the NEC. Even seemingly small changes can have significant impacts on safety and reliability. When submitting a proposal to reject a change, it's helpful to provide specific examples of how the proposed change could create problems. In the case of Proposal 5-77, you could explain how the ambiguity of the term connected could lead to electricians using improper methods of splicing or joining equipment grounding conductors. Providing concrete examples will help the NEC committee understand the potential risks associated with the proposed change. It's also important to remember that the NEC is not just about preventing electrical shock hazards. It also addresses issues such as fire safety, equipment protection, and system reliability. When evaluating a proposed change, consider its potential impact on all of these aspects of electrical safety. The NEC is a complex and comprehensive document, and it takes time and effort to fully understand it. However, the rewards of mastering the NEC are well worth the investment. A thorough understanding of the NEC will help you perform your job safely and effectively, and it will also allow you to contribute to the ongoing development of this vital standard. Remember that the NEC is a living document, and it's up to all electrical professionals to participate in the process of keeping it up to date and relevant. By submitting proposals, providing comments, and engaging with other stakeholders, you can help ensure that the NEC continues to serve as a foundation for safe and reliable electrical installations. The NEC is more than just a code, it's a commitment to safety. By following the NEC and actively participating in its development, you can help protect yourself, your colleagues, and the public from the hazards of electricity.